As the pills make their way down, a searing pain erupts in his chest. He feels the mana circle linked to his heart shattering. It's the death of his past self as a mage fighting through the agony. He pushes mana into his brain, attempting the forbidden circulation method. It is at this moment his old self will die and a new mage will be born. As the mana begins to flow through his brain, the pain slowly fades away. The pain truly had him thinking that he is going to die. That same familiar voice of Rabel Whitner fills his ears, asking if he, the sole successor, can hear his voice. But it's not just Rebel's voice. There's another voice, one made of mana. The elements such as light, darkness, wind, and earth seem to dance and whisper around him, existing in harmony with mana. He hears the voice laugh, sing, and bless him, as if welcoming him into a new existence. The next morning arrives and the sunlight leaking through the windows wakes Hyul up. He sits back and looks at himself to see if he is dead or alive. As he looks around, he notices the book laying nearby. He grabs it, and to his amazement, the blank pages begin to fill with words. Once again, Rabel Whitner's voice echoes in his mind once more. It congratulates him for taking his first step. The ancient mage goes on to say that the book before him indeed bears his name, and that from this moment forward, it will also be the start of Hyul's legend. This book holds all of Rabel Whitner magic, and now, as his true successor, Hyul is not only heir to this ancient magic, but also the disciple of this ancient mage. The speech from Rabel Whitner fills Hyul with a boundless joy, his heart swelling with excitement. Several days have passed since that moment. While the teacher is delivering the lecture, Hyul is lost in thought, his attention focused on his newly acquired ancient book. To his delight, he notices that another page has appeared. He hadn't realized how thrilling learning magic could be. So much knowledge lies dormant within these pages. He learns that mana possesses its own will, and for most people, when mana enters the brain, the clash between their will and manas leads to brain damage. That's why mana acts as a poison to the brain. However, Hyul realizes his mind seems to block mana as will. This is why he resists the interference of AI chips that affect brain functions. The teacher grabs everyone's focus again and reminds them about the upcoming midterm evaluations for second-year students this year. However, there's a new rule. Any student who fails to meet the standards will be expelled. These are the absolute words, and no exceptions will be made. The teacher explains that this new rule was personally proposed by the head of the House of Mage. A murmur starts among the students as the tension in the air grows thicker. They're all probably thinking about the worst possible outcome. Baek Seok is grinning ear to ear, clearly excited about finally getting the chance to clean up the trash at the academy. Even the teacher is chuckling with a sadistic smile, clearly enjoying himself after seeing the tension among students. It's no surprise that all the students are directing their frustration toward one person, and that is our boy. They want him to be kicked out of this place, but Hyul is lost in his own thoughts, unaware of the brewing storm around him. Later after school, as he's walking through the city's metropolis, he passes by a commercial spot called AR Training Center. He doesn't really want to go in though, because the rental fees for the simulation training there are ridiculously high, which is around 200,000 won per hour, but in the end, he goes in anyway. The attendant greets him warmly, and Hyul decides to book an hour for himself. The attendant asks if he's going alone, to which Hyul responds positively. The attendant slides the pass toward Hyul and tells him to head to room 14 for instructions on using the hologram devices. But Hyul just grabs the entry pass and casually says he already knows how to use them as he walks away. It doesn't take long for the attendant to realize that this guy is Hyul, the son of the Shin family, a noble who's known for being unfit for AI. Once Hyul enters room 14, he starts the training. A bunch of holographic beasts appear surrounding him from every direction. The monsters growl at the sight of him, but Hyul just extends his hand, ready to obliterate them. These creatures might be low-ranking monsters, but taking on 10 of them at once is no easy feat. The average Academy clear time for the Wolf Challenge is 12 minutes and 33 seconds, but Heil is practicing the techniques written in the book every day, so there's no better way to test his progress. He activates his new mana circle, conjures magic and throws it at the charging beasts. The water magic splashes down, taking all of them out in one go. Heil feels a sense of pride for pulling it off, though he's still in disbelief if all this power is his own. While most wizards circulate their mana circles through their hearts to use AI magic, Heil can circulate his mana through his whole body, including his brain. All thanks to the Infinity Circle, his suppressed magical power has finally been unleashed. Heil then conjures up this massive spell that completely overwhelms him. He's buried in the sheer force of it all. That's when Rabel Whitner speaks to him, telling him not to be surprised by something like this. He still has a long way to go. The Infinity Circle is just the foundation of Neo-style magic, which is all about controlling magic with the images formed in your mind. This is just the first step, the first book of Neo-style magic known as the Heart's Intent. After that intense experience, Heil finally walks out of the training center. The attendant decides to clean up room 14 and get going home, but then he gets a bit curious. He checks the score of the fallen genius who just used room 14 to train. His smug smile quickly fades when he sees that Heil completed the Wolf Challenge in 6 minutes and 37 seconds time. That's nothing short of international competition level. In disbelief, he kicks his machine because he is certain that it's broken. There's no way someone who's unfit could set a record like this. My guy, on the other hand, is just walking down the street feeling confident. This is only the beginning of a legend where he's the protagonist. If you like this video, like and subscribe for upcoming chapters.